It looks like the Freedom Caucus crumbled. McCarthy is the Speaker of the House. Is this the end, or is it exactly what we wanted?
Kevin McCarthy acting like he's some kind of alpha male, walking up to Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert as if this is going to intimidate them. Matt Gaetz is like, man, look, I know you're a soy boy, all right? I know you're a part of the swamp. Kevin McCarthy's like, I know you know that I have no interest in helping the American people. I have every interest in helping and filling my pockets up. You got that, Gaetz? Matt Gaetz is like, thanks for clearing that up, you Manchurian candidate. Now get the hell out of here. And of course, out of the blue, it's Mike Rogers. He's looking a little pissed, looking to back up McCarthy. Oh my God, it appears they're going to drag him out by his face.
Honestly, it's probably not either extreme, but there are some big takeaways. Let's get into it. So into the night, after 15 rounds of voting, McCarthy, Republican from California, finally becomes the Speaker of the House. Can't say that I'm thrilled about anyone from California being in charge of anything, if I'm honest. Because we all know Arnold Screw Your Freedom Schwarzenegger is also Republican.
There is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom. Because with freedom comes obligations and
no thanks. But we might have some advantages. You see, if we got someone from the Freedom Caucus, if we got a Jim Jordan or an MTG or a Matt Gaetz, any of these guys, I'm guessing we would have to lose big concessions to the swamp in order for them to be elected. So we would have the person we want as Speaker, but then they wouldn't be able to do anything we want. Instead, we have major concessions from the swamp to the point that everybody is losing their minds on the left, on the right, in the establishment, and it's great. I mean, it's kind of exactly what we want. Just have a listen to this interview with Byron Donalds.
What should we expect in terms of keeping the Chinese Communist Party at bay, in terms of keeping the Biden family accountable for the tens of millions of dollars we now know, because of evidence on the Biden laptop, that they took in from our biggest, most threatening adversary?
Well, listen, the Speaker has been very clear about what's going to happen. He's been clear for quite some time. We're going to have a select committee just to investigate China and all the things that the CCP is doing to not only influence here in the United States, but also to take jobs away from Americans over the years. We're going to get to the bottom of that.
So part of this rules package is going to allow actual investigations to occur and potentially some accountability. I don't know if we're going to get it. The swamp stabs our back at every turn. Your guess is as good as mine. But there have been abuses of power like no one has ever seen before. So yes, there's the laptop. Yes, there's the involvement with China, dirty deals, quid pro quo, all that stuff. But on the local level, what matters to you and me is some of what's coming out in the Twitter files.
But one of the other things that was included in this rules package is a church committee that actually will go through the process of investigating the weaponization of the federal government. It was released in these Twitter files that one of the White House staffers actually sent messages to Twitter requesting that accounts be taken down. This is the type of stuff that must be investigated. We have to get to the bottom of it, because if we're going to have a country of, by, and for the people, the federal government cannot be used as a tool to wield its own agenda against American citizens.
So if they're going to investigate the 80 FBI agents that are working with Twitter to censor us from selling the truth, that's good. We want that investigation to happen. And I know what some of you were thinking. We had Trump, Russia, all of these hoaxes and fake investigations, 2 impeachments. And you think, what's going to be different about this? Well, the reality is they didn't really have evidence against Trump. They just had the press against Trump, the media against Trump, the culture against Trump, the intelligence communities against Trump. But there was no substance to anything that they accused him of actually doing. He didn't do any of it. That was proven, as much as they don't want to cover that. So Byron Donalds has said that he is going to go through with investigations.
Let me be very clear. What we witnessed when the Democrats were in control was that they picked a target, which was President Trump, and they did everything they could to try to damage him in any possible way. What Republicans are committing to do is going through the investigation process. We want the evidence to speak for itself. We want the American people to see that. And if the conclusions become clear that there are high crimes and misdemeanors that have been committed, then we'll be pushing forward with the next necessary course of action. But I don't want to make commitments to you today because we want the investigations to speak for themselves. We don't want to do what the Democrats did, which is weaponize the impeachment process for political purposes.
They're going to let the evidence do the talking, and if sufficient evidence is found, then they proceed with legal action and consequences. Will it happen? Guys, come on. Get in the comments. Let me know what your predictions are. I would love to see some changes. I would love to see some accountability. I don't know. I really don't know. But I do think that having McCarthy as Speaker of the House under these circumstances is probably our best bet. Those concessions he made were huge, and the swamp is freaked out about it. You can tell they're freaked out about it because of the usual suspects coming to Twitter. You got Eric Swalwell, in between pegging rounds with Fang Fang, is coming out to voice his issue with the concessions that they made. Sorry they might investigate your little girlfriend, buddy. Rough stuff. And then people are calling this another insurrection. Of course, it's always an insurrection. The fact is, we don't have a democracy. Do not, never have. That's not what this is. It is a representative, constitutional republic. And many of the constituents do not agree with the Democrats or the swampy Republicans. The Freedom Caucus is representing more of their people than we've seen in years and years and years. I think we're moving in a good direction. We're going to follow it. We're going to keep going. But I've seen a lot of debate and discussion in the Discord. Join us in there. If you like these kinds of videos, please like, subscribe, comment what you think, comment what you want to see next. If you want to support the channel, you can join the Freethinkers Rebellion, get your name in one of these videos, and let's be part of the conversation. There's a whole lot going on right now. It's really hard to follow, and there's always such a big spin in the media. It drives me nuts. I just want to see a little bit of what's going on, think about it, talk about it, and get some feedback from you. I'm a spectator in this as much as you guys. I do think making the swamp go 15 rounds of voting, making them sweat, making them give up their grip of uniparty power, it's going to be a bit of a turning point for us. It's going to be something that we remember and talk about for a long time. It's also something to worry about, because everything that happens for us can happen against us. And I could see whenever Democrats take control again, some of the radicals getting concessions from their speaker in order to get the votes. That's my prediction. Hopefully that's a long way out. Either way, I'm excited to see the investigations, and I'll keep covering things along the way. Thanks for coming to another Freedom to Think broadcast. I'll see you on the next one.